Hey guys, something that came up to me just in course of daily work today was the topic of leadership and how how do you lead? How do you create a team of leaders? And um, pretty interesting. Got some really good feedback from some friends of mine, and just some things that you know very insightful to me, so I just wanted to share them. So, one of the things was the book Extreme Ownership um, by Jocko Willinik, and he's got a partner there on that book. But former Navy SEALs that through combat and war and um, trials and tribulations of that, um, learned extreme leadership, from the senior level down to frontline troops and then back up the chain of command. So that was, really interesting from a standpoint from that book. And there's some principles in there that are phenomenal. And then looking at it and just saying to people that, are you leading by giving task to people, or are you leading by um, giving them purpose or a project? And I think to a certain degree, a lot of the leadership that I've done is essentially do these tasks. Like, these are the things that need to get done. We need you to get them done. Maybe, by the way, create a checklist on that, and here's how it can be done and replicated. And that's kind of a, like, turn your brain off, repetitive thing. But as an organization grows and gets bigger, the the leader can't possibly be the one single person that has all of the answers and answers all of the questions. You need to be developing and growing other leaders in order to really grow and scale an organization, or you end up capping out on basically just your human capital, right? Like, people are extremely important in business, if not the most important thing in business. They really make businesses run. So if you can tap into that human potential, and you can really do some exciting things. So again, the one level of leadership is just task management, task leadership, and that would probably be your base level of leadership. And then the next is kind of to say, hey, I understand that there's a bunch of different ways to go from point A to point B. Um, I want the result on the back end, and giving the next person in the chain of command the flexibility to figure out how to get from point A to point B. You clearly tell them that you want point B. And just see how they get there. They may have better ideas than you, better ways of doing it, more efficient, and so forth. So that's kind of leading through giving them somebody a project, and telling them kind of where you want to go with the project. And then the next type of leadership was just talking about purpose-based leadership, or kind of intent-based leadership, where um, as the leader, you kind of give yourself the ability. You may know the answer to all of the things that are asked, but you kind of turn it around to say, you know, how how would you do that? You know, um, Ask the question of them to see how they would respond, um, and then basically allow them to go forth and conquer. And it starts to change people's mindset. It puts them in the mindset of the leader to understand the questions that they ask, how they come to the answers that they come to. And then it creates a team of leaders because they think like the top thinks, and they can basically rally themselves around a singular mission or a purpose for an organization. If there's a clear defined mission or purpose for an organization, um, just think about some of the really good cultures, like Zappos Shoe Company. Um, they were really good at just, they wanted to wow the customer at every turn, and they pushed that ability to their frontline staff, customer service staff, um, to do whatever it took to wow the client base. Even if that meant staying on the phone for hours, or if that meant shipping dozens of shoes back to them. There's all kinds of stories around that. Um, but that comes from basically leading through purpose, and then helping your next level leaders learn how to do that by, when they have a question or they have um, you know you want them to have an intent. The intent is for you as the leader not to answer or give direct orders, but would be to ask questions around um, you know things that they want to do. So if you have somebody in your management team that's coming to you, and they're saying, we intend to hire this new sales guy or girl. You would essentially ask the questions. Have they been properly vetted? Is the company in a position to um, hire that talent? Are we in a position to support that talent? Have they gone through HR, so on and so forth. And then you get that next level leader to really start thinking about all the things that you're thinking about as a leader, so then they can then become a leader themselves. And then that starts really leveraging out the leadership and human capital of an organization. So anyway, that was really insightful to me today, and I hope that you guys have found some interest in that. Basically, just kind of leveling up your leadership from task leadership, or project-based leadership into purpose-based leadership. It's kind of lends itself to being intent. Your leaders are intending to do something, and essentially you are giving your blessing, not giving direct orders. So again, hope you guys find this helpful. Take care.